It's the Piester. Wait.
I'm unmuted. Evan, you have to unmute.
I'm trying.
They unmuted us on a surprise.
Happy New Year!
Not letting me send it.
Near, far, wherever you are, Evan can't unmute his microphone. Wait, Evan's echoing? Do you have me on speakerphone, Evan?
No.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Please give us one moment. I heard myself.
Briefly. It's still not letting me.
I know that my heart will go on. They undid the thing early. You are seeing the curtain. We hear everything Evan does twice. Why? It's not me. I am locked in. Imagine chilling with the stream on in the background and suddenly this is what's happening. Hello. It is me. The voices. I think you're here. 3 a.m. Spot. You need to go to bed.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, I unmuted it for both of us. Oh, that's dirty.
I didn't know that's how that worked.
That's stressful. Poncho, you need to go to bed too. How would you like to start this off?
Well, I think there's only one way to start it off.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you really?
Isn't that like a thing?
Prepare for trouble. And wait, are you gonna do the other one? I forgot how we did it.
You start. I just say James, then the round.
Oh yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to Chat Chats. I lost my mind. Hey, we still have double audio. Hi, please help me. I don't have voice mod on. Oh wait, I did. Uh-oh, sorry. It was my fault. I did it. I ruined it. Uh-oh. Anyways.
We are professionals.
Prepare! This is why I'm a volunteer and I don't get paid. Prepare for trouble. And make it double. To protect the world from devastation. To unite all peoples within our nation, to denounce the evils of truth and love, to extend our reach to the stars above. Jesse!
James. Team Rocket blasts off at the speed of light.
Surrender now.
Prepare to fight.
Meow!
That's right.
I'm sorry that I had the bad microphone. Did it have the funny voice? Uh-oh. Is that a bug? No way. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Chat Chats, where we chat about things mostly entomologically related.
But sometimes fish.
Sometimes fish. I'm really into fish right now, and we never see a single bug anymore. Thank you so much for your resub, Vip Hippo. Anyways, I'm so sorry. Welcome. If you were here in the beginning, you heard the microphone that Cyan gave me that turns me into a delightful robot. And it's all their fault. Thanks for the primes, Ashper sauce. Is that supposed to be applesauce? What are we looking at? Currently nothing. Evan,
We're looking for bugs.
Tell me what you do on New Year's Day?
Oh, well, for the past 7 years, I think it's been, I go out and I find my first bug of the year, and this has changed over time. It started off as the original, just like find a bug, and then I had to find a bug, and I had to find a ground beetle, and now it's evolved into I have to find bugs, I have to find ground beetles, and then I also have to do a bird list on the first day of the year.
Bug of the Year! Welcome to Bug of the Year. This is a segment within Chat Chats, within a podcast, within a live stream, where we're recapping Evan's 2025 first Bug of the Year. Evan, take it away.
Well, as I left my party last night at around 1 a.m., I drove home.
I went to bed at 10:30.
I kind of figured that's why you didn't text me Happy New Year back until this morning, but I wasn't going to call you out about it.
Thank you.
So I got home at like 1:30, and then I got up at 6:30 to go looking for owls. And I got an owl at 6:52 a.m. It was my first bird of the year.
And what kind of owl did you get, Evan?
Funny you should ask. It was also a great horned owl, Allison.
They haven't been around for the drama of Evan's great horned owl gaslighting, where he tried to tell me that I didn't have a great horned owl, and I did. Meanwhile, this is us filling the space with some jovial dynamic while our moderators look for bugs in the pasture, by the way. I Googled sounds of owls until I found the right owl sound, and I knew it was my owl, and I told Evan I had an owl, and he told me it was a different owl, and then I sent him an audio clip, and I was justified.
Well, you were absolutely right, and I did tell you the wrong thing, but to be fair, I guessed it based off of the text rather than the actual sound first. Thank
you so much for the gifted sub, Not Jane Doe. I bet you have a real name, and I bet you it's not Jane Doe. But sorry. Back to Bug of the Year and or Bird of the Year. Evan, please take it away. This is Alveus Sanctuary.
So after the great horned owl, I did a little bit of bird loop and picked up some other stuff. Lots of good woodpeckers. I saw dark-eyed juncos. I saw tufted titmice.
I love a tufted titmouse. Are they the ones that go, Peter, Peter, teacher, teacher?
Uh-huh.
I knew it. Look at me, amateur birder.
And then I came home for breakfast, and then I went out, and the later part of the morning was focused on bugs because it wasn't so cold and I could bear to be outside flipping rocks. I am currently in Pennsylvania, and it was a absolutely scorching 30-degree high today. That's like 5 Celsius, 6 Celsius maybe.
Why are we doing
people.
Celsius? I understand why. Poncho and Spawns and everyone else.
Poncho and Spawns are up,
all of our other EU and not USA chatters. It's nice to have you. Hello. Hi, Amanda. Nice to see you. I'm sorry. I thought this was America. Oh, a bug. PTZ, enhance. PTZ, enhance. Exclamation
Zoom.
point. Enhance. It was a beetle. I saw it. I'm calling beetle. Hi, Crystal XO. Crystal XO said, I'm so confused. I don't usually hang out at this time. Are we hanging out with the voices and looking for bugs? Yes. Hello, Crystal. Welcome. It's the voices. We are 2 voices. The Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. And we talk about bugs.
Yes. This happens every Wednesday at this time with varying degrees of cohesion.
Evan's are usually packed with science, and mine is packed with delusion. PTZ, enhance! I want to see this little beetle.
Oh, hi, Mom. My mom's in chat. Everybody.
Your mom's in the chat. Hi,
Yeah.
Evan's mom.
She learned how to use emotes earlier today. I went over and showed her
my
Twitch on a computer.
Gosh, my mom watches the YouTube videos and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Allison, people are saying things." I think I see Lamella and Tinny even amongst this Zoom. "Oh my gosh, Allison, they're saying nice things. What happens when they say mean things?" Never say mean things about me on YouTube. My mom reads the comments. So I see spider Pete's.
We had spider legs?
That is a spider under the rock. I think so. I don't think you're crazy. Roxer Boxer 31. Thank you so much for your $25 donation.
Those are absolutely spider leggies.
Do you know what I've been thinking about in this new year? I want to develop a transatlantic accent. I feel like it needs to come back. I feel like it'd be a great bug hunt voice. I'm just not quite sure how to get it. Oh, that's not horrible. That's pretty good. No, it's not.
That's Christopher. That's Christopher Walken.
I know. Welcome back to Bug of the Year. I'm Allison. I'm here with Evan. Evan, were you recapping your Bug of the Year?
I was indeed. So after I got my birds out of the way for the day, I did go, in fact, on a bug hunt. And I'm going to be putting some pictures in the bug Discord so people can see what I have found. Because it's more exciting to talk about when people kind of know what I'm looking at. So if you're not in there, do that. There it is, the link to the bug Discord. Thanks, Donkus. And yeah, so like, as I said, being in Pennsylvania, it's not exactly insects flying around weather. So I did a lot of rock flipping and I did a lot of log rolling and, looking under tree bark. And that bright red beetle that I sent a picture of in the Discord is Cucugus clavipes, the flat red bark beetle.
Wow.
And it sure is flat, it sure is red, and it sure does live under tree bark.
I love cucujoids. They're flat.
It's a great group. Yeah, they're super flat, and there's not that many species in the family in the US, and this is the one that everyone knows about.
I guess I have no excuse for going on a bug hunt today because it was warmer than 38 degrees Fahrenheit, and I did not go on a bug hunt.
This wasn't that bad, to be quite honest. 2 years ago, it was actively pouring rain incredibly hard, and then I think the year before that, all of the water was frozen over, so it was 15, I think, was the high when I went out that one time, and it's brutal, but I do it every year because why? I gotta get a bug. It's the new year.
Breaking news! We have evidence here in our text messages that Evan has been hunting for new bugs for 6 years. Evan, would you like to highlight some of your top bugs of the years on this segment, Bug of the Year, within the podcast that is Alveus Sanctuary? While we look for a bug?
Bug of the Year.
Tell us your highlights.
2021. I was unfortunately able to come home that year because that was mid-COVID, mid-pandemic, so we weren't doing a lot of traveling, and that was the first holidays that I had not been home for ever in my life, so that was a bit of a bummer. But that meant I got to stay in Arizona, and so it's a lot warmer there than it is in Pennsylvania at this time of year, so I got to do some desert collecting on January 1st of 2021. And the first insect that I found in general was a darkling beetle, the tenebronids that we're used to seeing here.
We love a teneb.
But I also found two different families of diplurans, the two-tailed bristletails. like
Paint
the
us a
non
word picture, Evan,
insect
of what these look like for our listening
hexapod
audience.
thing. They are pale and squishy, kind of long, don't have any eyes. And then their antennae and their tail structures are
Evan, I'm here to report that
moniliform is the
your
technical
internet is not supporting
term.
your voice, and you
It-
sound like a robot.
They're beads. Like each segment is very,
This
very
was
circular.
our fear.
So yeah, I was worried.
Grandma, Grandpa, we got to get fiber in this house. We're trying to lock in.
Yes,
The stay
I was
The Stay Hardathon
Indeed
is in
worried.
just a few days, ladies and gentlethems. You're evil. That was so bad. That was uncalled for. It also so very good. Very good. I like these sassy little edits that get thrown up on the screen. Evan, did you see that?
I did not. My internet was out.
Evan missed out on the joke. Even better. Sorry, Evan's mom. Evan's internet died.
I'm gonna have to watch the VOD.
Man, the fact that these exist in VOD form really haunts me. One day these are gonna haunt me.
I think about that a lot because, like, I have Alveus on my resume, and I'm like, explaining what this is.
It's education. Speaking of education, it's cold, so there's probably not going to be a ton of bugs. You know, 43 is not great. I started bug hunts back in December of 2023 now. Wow, what a time.
It's been a year.
There used to
year
be,
of
yes,
bug
and I
hunts?
used to chat with the keyboard. That's why it's called chat chats, because I used to type out my responses. And one day Maya was like, it's a millipede! One day
Hank is out.
Maya was like, do you want a microphone instead of typing? And my wrists were like, yes! Look at this beautiful creature. Do you have any fun facts for us? Evan, tell me why I shouldn't lick a millipede. They smell like almonds. They should be delicious, right?
They should be, except that almond smell comes from cyanide compounds that they produce.
If you want to dye your hands blue, use food coloring, not a millipede. As their cyanide-like compounds can slightly stain your hands. You shouldn't probably handle them. Also, you shouldn't lick them. Just don't do it. This is us here reporting Alveus Sanctuary. Don't lick millipedes. Just look at them. Cat on a screen said, did anyone get their I voted stickers? Celebrate in the chat if you've gotten your I voted stickers.
No,
The emotes on screen
who's doing
is
that?
fabulous. Fabulous. We do not lick millipedes, ladies and gentlethems. The cyanide does not go well with chicken nuggets. Found that out in Olympic National Park after a bug hunt followed immediately by lunch. Ophelia, were you picking up millipedes and then eating? Sheesh. Do they have 1,000,000 legs? We were asked that by Altamira94.
They got a lot of legs, but they don't have 1,000,000. Millipedes have 2 pairs of legs per body segment, so 4 legs on each little ring of the body, and centipedes only have 2. So they only have 1 pair per body segment. And there are millipedes that have over 700 legs, I believe. But I don't know if
700 legs?
Yeah. Oh. Apparently, there was one described in 2021 from Western Australia with 1,306 legs.
1,000 legs! How many legs are you gonna have? 1,000! And then they'd actually do it. Like on those Instagram things. And my favorite thing about centipedes, why did I say centipedes? I meant to say millipedes. I was gonna bring up centipedes in just a second. Is that centipedes are recyclers, right? They eat our junk. They're just constantly going around, scavenging, eating rotten things, they're nature's recyclers, right? They're just like vultures. They're giving us that ecosystem service. And then their very close relatives are voracious, fanged, single leg per segment predators that some are aquatic and can swim really well and kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. What if I was swimming in some, far off land away from the United States and a centipede came up, big one, and got me?
Just bit you.
Terrifying.
Ophelia's mom wants to know if they grow a segment a year, and that's why they get so many legs.
That'd be kind of cute.
They do.
But they don't.
They do grow legs as they molt. Rather than doing like the whole exoskeleton, they do that and they add more segments as they get older. But it's not like a tree ring. You can't count the legs and estimate how old the millipede is. It really depends on the species. Because there are some millipedes that have as few as like 30 legs.
We got asked, what do their antennae do be? Their antennae do be sniffer. Hi, I only talk in emotes now, but that was correct.
They do be sniffing.
They do be sniffer. They do be tasting. They do be sniffer. The ground for food. I've brain rotted.
I saw something dent.
Get stick bugged. Let's just put fake bugs on the screen. Why do I find them in a little spiral? Are they sleeping?
The millipedes? Yeah, so if you think about it, a millipede's like most vulnerable bits are the underside. The belly is where all the legs and stuff attach, so they don't have quite as thick of an exoskeleton down there. And if you're going to protect yourself while you're sleeping, the best way to do that is to curl up against your hard exoskeleton of your back. So that's why they spiral up to cover the soft bits while they're sleeping.
Basically, their bones, they wear their bones on the outside like a cardigan, but they only have like really good bones on the outside of their cardigan on their dolphin side. And on the inside, like where their flipper would be, we call that the dorsal side. I just think dorsal dolphin. And then on the inside, they have a soft, gentle underbelly, and not really that soft, but they do protect themselves. If you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside.
But you don't take that advice with your band of raccoons.
I am being threatened by wildlife on a nightly basis. I'm being bullied by a family of raccoons. Once, if you are a longtime Bug Hunt fan, you remember when I abruptly stopped chat because there was a raccoon breaking into my house. It was a very big raccoon. It was trying to get into my door lock. It scared the bejesus out of me. And now I have 4 very chalant, very lackadaisical, very... I don't even know what you'd want to call these. What's a good word for a little clown punk raccoon?
I mean,
I don't know.
Pedro's the obvious answer.
No, I have 4 raccoons that do not care about, they're lawless, and they don't care, and they're jumping on my porch, and they're bullying me, and they broke my vermicompost bin in my garden to eat my Honeycrisp apple cores, and they looked at me and they laughed, and I told them to go away, and it's been a nightly occurrence that they're here, and they're terrorizing me. And I told them that they should be scared of me, and they laughed in my face and continued on with their antics. They're bullying my cat. It's a lawless world out here in the woods, let me tell you. to Lawless. And they broke my compost bin.
That I didn't know they were bullying you that hard, but
They are, and
that
I
is
wonder if
tragic.
I wonder if they're the byproduct of the big raccoon. So there was a raccoon that, I mean, big, like a unit, tall, bodacious, well-fed, resourceful. And raccoons, so the thing about raccoons is like they'll never give up if they see a lock, because why would they? If they win, they get a prize. Usually the prize is food, and that's why you have to have like multiple locks on a chicken coop, because they'll figure it out eventually. They have nothing to do but go at that lock. And that raccoon was going at my door lock. It just like jiggling the doorknob with its little hands. And I was like, "You're not coming inside. You cannot eat my cat." Anyways, I'm being bullied by wildlife over here. I'll put some on my story so you can see the raccoons. I tried to get them to go away. Maeve just like busted ass down the stairs, and I was like, "What is here next?" And she was hissing at the doors, and she was like so mad. And then I turned on the lights, and there were so many raccoons. There's a raider.
Renda just came in with the raid party, probably wondering what the heck we're talking about.
Hi, Renda. Welcome to Bug Hunt. This is Allison and Evan, and we're here looking for bugs. That's it.
Not
That's all I
finding
have.
many.
That's all I have. I could try my transatlantic again, but it's really just Christopher walking. It's your subiversary!
Anniversary.
Thanks for subscribing, Brenda. Thanks for wait. How do I do a transatlantic? I can't. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Thanks, Brenda, for your sub. 14 months. We really appreciate it. Hi, welcome back, Evan, to Bug of the Year. I'm Allison, and I'm your host for this segment of a podcast within a podcast. This is Bug of the Year, and you were highlighting some bugs that you thought were interesting, because I'm trying to keep it somewhat entomologically related, or ichthyologically related, if we get a fun fish fact.
I didn't get any fish today. I did get my mammal. I did get my first reptile. No reptile, sorry. My first amphibian. I got my first bug. I got my first bird. But no fishies today.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Makes me want to hunt for bugs real bad. Thank you, JK Hearts. Allison's
worth the
kind of
interruption.
scary? Someone said I was scary. Dang. I'm sorry. I'll go back to being not scary. Not with Dr. Spooky! You thought he was dead. It is Dr. Spooky. We are here. It is Bug Hunt. It is not October, so I'm very cold. And the spook is a very long time away. But, Evan, can you tell us about a spooky bug you may have seen? Maybe it glows like the sun. Fireflies are very spooky to me. Not really, because it's a luciferin to luciferase enzymatic reaction that makes that, not sunlight. But Dr. Spooky doesn't know that. I haven't let you get a word in, Evan. Get a word in. I'm going to shut my mouth.
I appreciate the toss-up, Dr. Spooky. Yeah, so
You are welcome.
One of my other highlights from today, I found 3 firefly larvae under a log. And firefly larvae are cool. They look really different than the adults do. They look almost trilobite-y. At least the ones that I was finding today. They're kind of rounded, have points going down the sides. And
But did you like the segment? Did you like the segue? I
yeah,
thought it was
absolutely.
good. Thank you. That's it.
And speaking of that luciferin to luciferase enzymatic reaction, I knew they were fireflies because they glowed when I touched them. As as far as we know, every firefly larvae glows.
Ladies
Not
and
all
gentlemen, I just wanted to say, you heard it here first. Fireflies glow.
The larvae glow, but not all the adults do. So there are some
Sorry, my litter box is running. If you can hear that in the background, Maeve took a intermission break. Please continue.
So there are some very early evolving fireflies that have that don't use the light flashes that we associate with fireflies to communicate to find mates. They tend to have much smaller eyes compared to the ones that actually do use the glowing thing, because they don't need to be able to see the light cues. And they also tend to have much more elaborate and like branching antennal segments, because as we know, antennas be sniffa. So they use those really big elaborate antennae and all that surface area on the antennae to pick up chemical cues rather than visual cues to find mates in the adult fireflies that don't glow. But like I said, as far as we know, all larval fireflies glow. So in the immature stages, as far as we know, all fireflies have that ability to glow.
That is incredible! Where do you think the cave with the most I'm on a glow train here. Where do you think the cave with the most concentrated amount of phenagogids is in the United States, which are called glowworms? And do you think we can get Maya to take us? For Alveus. Boss, if you're here, will you please propose to me in the glowworm cave? That's my only fantasy, is like one of the faculty members that I know, they got proposed to in a cave full of glowworms. And so I would like to also, and Maya can do that.
So are you talking about the glowworm caves in New Zealand? Like the ones
I don't know. No, I swear there's one in like Kentucky. I swear there's one in like in the southeastern United States. Donka said, I would propose to you in a glowworm cave. Thank you.
Oh, flirt.
I know that there is a big cave of glowworms. Minnie Pearl had a question while I'm on a glow tangent. Was the firefly larvae glowing from one end, or was the whole thing or in a pattern?
Oh, that's a good question, Minnie Pearl. No, so they don't glow. It's not like a cartoon radioactivity thing where the whole thing is just like emitting a green light. They have very specific light organs on the underside of the abdomen.
The green light.
So they have. It depends on the species and how old they are and stuff like that, but they have little spots on the underside of the last 2 to 3 abdominal segments, and that's where they glow from.
I think freaking Honeybee Helen found the cave in Tennessee with the most glowworm population in the United States.
Ring ring. Hi, Maya. Will you please take me to Hazard Cave in Pickett State Park? I want to go see glowworms at Maya.
I didn't know about that.
Let's go to Tennessee. I want to go see glowworms. Vlog. This could pay
Allison,
for itself. If Space, Connor, Maya, this could pay for itself.
We met in Tennessee.
I know we met in Tennessee. We could go to Tennessee again.
Yeah.
It would be easy. In 2021, the Independent Herald said that something or the other. I'm reading fast.
Tell me about the glowworms.
Oh my God, who wrote a whole novella about this? Jeez Louise, I just want to know about the glowworms. It's a large rock shelter known to contain perhaps the most abundant population of glowworms in North America. In Alabama, too? I like all of these. Where's Dismal's Cannon in Alabama? I climb in Alabama all the time. Docs. Dismal's Cannon? Alabama? Where's this? There's glowworms here. I'm sorry, Evan. I got on a glowworm distraction.
No, I'm learning right now.
We should go. Come over. Let's meet up in Alabama or Tennessee, and let's go to a glowworm cave.
We can probably make that happen.
Ophelia said, actually, you met in Arizona. The Tennessee visit was non-canon. Non-canon for the internet. Dismal and Hazard. Maybe you shouldn't go. Honeybee says, those are our names. Those are names. It could be forewarning.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up because I really didn't know that we had glowworm caves here.
I see a spider.
Bro, we have glowworms here, for real, for real. Compatible _ thank you so much for your sub for 36 months. The risk is worth it. Ooh, wait, the spiciest pasta had something to say. I recently figured out that the scorpions detect light with their exoskeleton, and that's why they keep running away from me when I just want to rave with them. They have these things called simple eyes. Do you know what those simple eyes do? They have simple eyes, right? I'm not stupid, right? Am I telling the facts?
They've got
right?
simple eyes. No, they're not ocelli in like the same way that insects have simple eyes, but their eyes are pretty simple.
And light
they
detecting,
can't see
right?
much. Yeah.
Yeah. So they know when you're shining the light on them, they would like to hide. They don't want to hang out with you in the sun. They're like Dr. Spooky. They prefer the night. I'm actually getting pretty good at that. I can't lie. Or at least I feel like with my self-reflection, there really should be an evaluation form for these bug hunts. I feel like self-evaluating that I've gotten pretty good at it. Let's see, will there be any bugs in Awa's enclosure? Wait, do they know something that we don't? Usually they get it faster than we do.
I don't know.
I accidentally put my foot on a scorpion once in the dark, and they let me know it. And let me tell you, it didn't feel great. It wasn't great. It was kind of like a bee sting.
Yeah, I used to get stung all the time in Florida. Because peeling tree bark, the bark scorpions in the southeast actually love trees.
They're little brats. They're little brats.
They are.
The amount of...
I was pulling tree bark off, looking for beetles or whatever, obviously. And I would always get stung on my fingers. So I started carrying...
Evan, do you like beetles?
They're alright.
What'd you start carrying?
Like one of those little mini, like 8-inch long crowbars. So I started using that to peel tree bark instead of my hands because I couldn't wear gloves.
I see a bug in the top right corner. It's a stick bug. It's a giant phasmid. It's just like the giant phasmids from that bat cave where Maya went with the bats. Oh, it's gone.
Ghost stick bug.
It's a cryptid.
Someone said the amount of context switching is crazy. Oopie. I had a glass of tea from a local farm that I really like, and it's called something like Happy Tea or like Bliss Tea. I don't know. It's got like rose hips and shit in it. It really does put me in a better mood. I do think it cracks me out when I drink it with a lot of honey. And that's on ADHD. That is correct. Happy tea. Amanda says, happy tea. It is. I promise.
Yeah. So that means you didn't have your daily hot chocolate this
My hot chocolate? I've already had 2 hot chocolates today.
Allison.
Welcome back to...
mix the happy tea with the hot chocolate.
Allison Exposed, where they call out Allison for having at least one nightly hot chocolate. It's not a problem. Until you admit it. Oh, we're back to the pastor. Mods, if this is you, Logan, I'm sorry, Logna. I was hoping there would be bugs. And there's no bugs. Do you still have your tiny crowbar, Evan?
Oh, I used it this morning.
Perfect.
I've replaced I lose the tiny crowbar from time to time. But they're relatively cheap, so I have multiples.
And that is how Evan is on a watch list, because he has purchased multiple tiny crowbars.
Yeah, for all of my tiny burglaries.
To find tiny bugs.
My uncle used to love...
I can only break into tiny houses.
Danger! I'm in danger! My uncle used to tell the worst.
I'm gonna give the raccoons tiny crowbars.
Let them in my house. My uncle only has horrible bug jokes, and he used to ask me, have you ever smelled mothballs before? And I was like, naphthalene? Yeah, 100% I've smelled naphthalene before. And he goes, how'd you get your nose in between their tiny legs? And that's what I thought of when you said tiny crowbar, with the tiny hands, with the tiny bugs. Uncles for you. Uncles. So, real question, when is Dr. Allison starting her own streamer podcast? I am exclusively only available on an Alveus Sanctuary volunteer format. I tried having an Instagram, and it's really hard. All you get on my Instagram are unhinged, collaged photos of me and my tomatoes and some raccoons in a little bit. Oh, Ophelia knows my plans. She's going to stream some stuff when she gets her PC set up, but she's mainly an Alveus exclusive. Wow. Ophelia knows more than I do. Leaked. Yeah, we're building bee houses when I get my computer. Just hope you know. I'm going to try and get Cece, who did a chicken chats, to come build bee houses with me. And I don't know if she'll do it. I don't know if she wants to be on camera. So I could just put a microphone on her and let her stand behind the camera and have the sassy comments. And I'll build the bee house in front. Maybe that could work. And Evan can come from the west. Oh, Hanya _Ren said, can I ask a bug question, please? Please do. That's what we're here for. And ask Evan. We're waiting.
The pressure's on, Hanya.
Do. Oh! Hanya says, what do earwigs do? Like, what's their job?
I love earwigs.
I've
always said that if I had to work on a non-beetle group, I would want to be an earwig guy.
Fun fact, they don't live in your ears.
They don't. And I've never met anybody that actually like works on earwigs. So I think it would be cool to like be the person that does that.
You know what? Actually, I never have either. What do they do? What's their job, Evan? Tell us.
Well, just very similar to our roaches and our millipedes and things like that, they help break down organic material. They are nature's little janitors.
And pray tell, in the spirit of Game of Thrones, what are their... Do you call their modified... We still call them... We call them the lady's name, right? Their pincers in the back. Are they modified Cersei?
Oh. I've only seen the last season.
That went from way out west. Sorry.
I've only ever seen the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. I have not seen the beginning.
That made no sense.
I know Cersei, but it's not plugged in there. Yes, those are in fact modified Cersei.
My joke worked, but it didn't go to the right audience. Anyways, like the things that look like pincers that look like they could hurt you, they're just modified sensory organs. And in roaches, they're super cool because they're basically like the light detection system. Like, have you ever wanted to swat a roach and that roach said, "Now!" and it ran really fast away as your hand was coming down? That's because they have ass hairs that sense movement. And so they have these things called Cersei, and they're basically like your blink cameras for your outdoors, but for their butts, and they can tell when you're going to smack them, and they run. And earwigs have those, but they're modified to look like a really showy, cool bird, and they don't pinch you.
Roxers, Boxers, I would also like to know who would want to swat a roach, and then
I wouldn't know.
Immediately after that, a notorious roach swatter.
I don't know.
Amanda.
I don't know who swats. Amanda, do you swat roaches?
You weren't here. You weren't here for the incident.
Someone, Spiciest Pasta, redeemed some messages. Are cockroaches beetles? What constitutes a beetle? Now that's going to be a 30-minute segment, which will get us through the end of Bug Hunt.
I can make it quick. No, they're not. They're pretty distantly related, actually. Cockroaches are what we call hemimetabolous insects. They have a 3-stage life cycle, where it's just an egg, a nymph, or like an immature that kind of looks like an adult but doesn't have wings yet, and then the full-on adult.
And beetles, would you like to tell the group, can you please, I would like you to be on the record saying what that super group is of roaches, mantids, and the like.
Dictyoptera.
You said it! Evan said it! Say it again.
Dictyoptera.
I got him. That's actually real, though.
But anyway, then beetles are totally separate. They have complete metamorphosis. So that's like the traditional, you think about butterfly life cycles where they have the egg, the larva, the pupa, and then the adult. Beetles go through that same thing. So all of the beetles on the planet have that 4-stage life cycle thing. There's a lot of differences, but one of the main ones and one of the very obvious ones that we know and associate things with beetles are those hardened elytra, or those hardened wing covers.
Elytra, I hardly know her.
Oof.
Were you talking about Carmen Elytra? I'm sorry. Okay, please continue.
There's something there, but I think we need to workshop that one a little bit.
Evan's gonna do next week by himself, so I don't have to. So he can have some peace and enjoy himself in this space.
Oh my god.
Please
beetles
tell me what elytra is,
covers.
sir. Please tell me what elytra is, sir.
Hardened wing covers. So, if you ever picked up a beetle that has that hardened shell on its back, those are actually modified front wings. And in beetles, they're modified to be hard and compact and protect the actual flight wings underneath them. And they're modified in a certain way, and we call that having elytra.
It's like when I say like they're built like escalades. They're just not very mobile, or like some beetles are very svelte, but like a lot of the beetles that we see here on Pooh are they kind of bumble. They kind of bumble a bit. They kind of, oh my gosh, there's a bug.
We found an ant.
It's kind of, it's just an ant. Sorry, I saw the booty. But what's underneath them is super duper cool. Talk about why it's so cool.
Are you talking about the flight wings
Yeah.
hidden under the elytra? Well,
Yeah, but like,
part of the
can you imagine like being the size of an Escalade and having Bible page level like wings allow you to fly? They're so thin and delicate and they fold so perfectly.
Yeah, super thin, and that's part of the reason why, or one of the hypothesized reasons why beetles are so successful, is because they're able to cover up their flight wings and still be able to use them because they're protected. If you think about it, like, if you're a bug flying through a thorn bush, or crawling through a thorn bush even, and you have these nice protective covers over your wings, you can get in there and utilize that space to live in, and this extends to like under rocks, underground, in tree bark, like in cavities and stuff like that. You're able to protect your wings and still be able to use them. But something like a butterfly or a dragonfly where the wings are just out, you can't exactly crawl under a rock when you're a butterfly because your wings would get all messed up. So the elytra that you know, getting those hardened protective wing covers is partially why we think beetles are super successful, and like super diverse.
They do good. They do good. Who the hell is that dude that said that someone had an inordinate fondness for beetles?
GBS Haldane.
That's what it was. Amanda, don't leave. We're just flaming you for being a
For being a roach swatter.
Yeah, beetles are pretty cool. I think they're pretty neat. And they're so diverse. Dragonflies and damselflies are cool. What's the funniest bug name you know? Is it gonna be Hot Wheels Sisyphus? Is it gonna be Hot Wheels Sisyphus? For me, yes. Evan, what's the funniest bug name you know?
Pachydipplex longipanus is pretty funny.
That's a pretty good one. I was just
because it looks like it says long penis. Penis means wing. Penis means wing.
Hot Wheels Sisyphus, since I just dropped that and ran away, is a spider that was recently found and named. You can probably tell by some youths. They're not that young. They're like middle-aged career folk. But their sex organs kind of look like a Hot Wheels track. And I'm not saying that like the spermatheca, like the little, not spermatheca. What do you call the sperm packets? Do you just call them sperm packets? What's the name?
Spermatophore.
Spermatophore. I'm not saying that the spermatophore like does a loop-de-loop. Like, it might. But it looks like a Hot Wheels track. And so that's why they're called Hot Wheels Sisyphus. My beloved. Pretty fantastic, I gotta say. Tell us more about this longa penis.
It's not that remarkable, to be honest. It just means long-winged. And it's a type of dragonfly. But whenever we go over it and talk about it in entomology classes, that one always gets a laugh because it looks like it says long penis.
That's pretty funny.
But it says longipanus, which means long-winged.
But isn't the insect with the longest penis a beetle? And a feather? Is it a tillid? Is it a feather? What?
The penis is normal. It's the sperm that's long.
Ah! Alright, that's my bad.
That's the one. That's Maya told Hassan about that on stream a couple of weeks ago.
I am here during bug hunt. I like to stop in and say hi every now and then, but usually I don't make it to the internet a lot. That's because I live in the woods.
There's another, I have a backup for like the funniest bug name.
Give it.
It's Ahaha. The genus is AHA. and the species specific epithet is HA. And that's a type of Australian wasp.
Did I ever tell you about the guy defending his PhD? It took him 9 years in our department, and he was reorganizing the crine genus. And as he was defending, he was trying to suggest some names for the crine genus of beetles. He organized like a group of beetles, and he was, trying to clear up the mess of their family history. And the genus was spelled Crine. And some of his suggestions were crine in my beer, crine and punishment. I'm trying to think of the rest of them. Gosh, they were so good. Best defense ever. His wife made a cheese platter with brie and other soft cheeses, and apples with caramel dip. Crying Me a River. That was another one. And those aren't actually, I don't think they're not real. Those were just funny little quip suggestions, but so very good. Very good.
You can do that. My master's advisor's PhD advisor, tying it back to Game of Thrones again, he described 3 species of scarab beetle and named them after Daenerys' dragons.
I always heard that it's really rude to name something after yourself, and you're supposed to go collecting with a friend, and then if your friend finds it, they name it after you, and then if your friend finds another one, you get one named after yourself.
That's correct.
I don't remember the names of the dragons.
It's not against the rules, but it is very poor form to name it after yourself.
What if you don't have any friends?
Skill issue.
That was pretty good. The spider's still hiding. Do you have any bug-related goals this new year? Welcome back to New Year, New Day, January 1st. Evan, do you have any bug-related New Year's resolutions?
The big one's to finish my PhD.
That is an excellent bug-related resolution. I agree, so that I can call you doctor. Can you identify this spider by the legs? I mean, I'm just going to guess and say it's a wolf spider.
I would also guess wolf.
You heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. We guessed wolf spider. And we're probably right.
Because we're 2-degree holding entomologists.
There are multiple degrees. There are decades of entomological experience when you combine us together. Mine is mostly all gone. Evans is fresh on the brain.
Does this pile of rock... Wait, who's driving? Can you go back down for a second?
Logan!
Logan drives.
That pile of rocks look like the bunny.
Maybe we'll get it. Let me see it.
Well, no,
you're too far gone. PTZ, go back. Can you imagine if we had the power to operate the cameras?
Roxers and Honey and Ophelia said that it looked like a bunny. Slightly up, Logan. Straight down. Back a little bit. Right there.
What? Oh, if like the bunny is like on its side and the dark stone is its ear?
Yeah.
I can kind of see it. Welcome to Easter Bug Hunt. Amanda, if you're playing Animal Crossing and if it's your first time, I can't wait for you to experience the grizzled terror that is that horrible frickin' Easter bunny that follows you around and is the Zodiac killer in a child's video game. Terrified of that thing. Tortilla said, am I late? No, Tortilla! Yes, you're very late. We only have 2 minutes left of this
Tortilla, if you got questions, ask them now.
If you have a bad question, ask it now. Sorry I got really excited and stepped on your multiple toes tonight, Evan.
I do in fact have multiple toes.
As do I. I have less
Oh my
toenails.
God.
Look, there it is. I told you that was there earlier.
Oh, is that the thing I missed?
Yes, that's the laugh. That's the laugh
Incredible.
you missed. That's pretty good.
I forgot my Ash Ketchum voice. I think it's this, right? No, it sounds more pained. Omnis capiendi sunt. Gotta catch 'em all in Latin.
Pika! Which bug would be best at basketball? I think that's an excellent question to end on. Would you say something like one of those long-necked giraffe weevils? Because they can, like, reach up, good at defending? Maybe?
I would say one of those weevils, but not a giraffe weevil, because they're all neck. They have legs at the bottom, so they'd just be blocking it like.
Well, I was
with
like
their
trying
face?
to think. I was like, yeah, but I mean, then you could get a lot of pointers. Or hear me out. What if you're like a dragonfly and you've got a good wingspan, so you're really good at blocking? I don't know basketball.
I'm gonna suggest the Euchorine scarabs, the long-armed scarab beetles.
Oh, that's excellent. The only thing I know about basketball is Skilo's I Wish. Word for word. The basketball song. That's all I know about basketball. You know, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl with the goods of a collar. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" Impala. I wish I was like 6'9" so I could play with Yoshi, but she don't know me. But Yoshi's really fine. You know, I hear it all the time, everywhere I go, and even in my dreams, I could see a ways to make her mine. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you're here,
That's-
because that wouldn't happen if I was doing this by myself.
I mean, her boy plays ball, so how is he going to compete with that? Because when it comes to playing basketball, either the last chicken picks and sometimes is never picked at all. I would like to say thank you. Let's get serious here for a moment. Thank you for being here. That's it. It's 10 o'clock.
That's what you got.
Thank you for watching Alveus Sanctuary and participating in chat chats. We are glad you could be with us tonight. Evan, do you have any last remarks?
I would also like to thank everyone for being here, spending the first night in the new year with us in unhinged entomological fashion.
If
think
there
it's
were
gonna-
bugs, I would. You saw when there was a millipede, like I had my act together, right? And it's
Yeah,
not the mod's
gotta lick
fault.
'em.
Thank you, Logan and Waz. Waz, if you did in the very beginning,
Did a
Logan,
great job.
You did a great job. You hunted as much as you could. I'm here when there's a bug. My life's together. I'm gonna work
I'm-
on a transatlantic accent.
Excellent.
You really know? No, this is Christopher Walken. If I had a nickel. I'm so sorry, Evan. Should we do it to him? Do you have any words of wisdom or sage advice?
No.
Neither. Good night.
Good night, everyone.